started out in this game, I was probably 120 pounds, soaking wet, and over the next 10 years, I had about 100 pounds of solid muscle. And I know the sacrifice and dedication to get there is very real. And I wish that when I was starting out, when I was your age, whenever it was that you're seeing this, I wish that I would have had the opportunity to get this information early on, because it would have saved me hundreds of hours. It would have saved me tens of thousands of dollars that I can never get back. So I want to give you the most efficient roadmap to get to your goals when you're in your muscle building phase. So I can't tell you how many times guys have come up to me and said, "Oh, bro, I can't seem to gain weight. What should I do?" Eat more. "Oh, bro, I couldn't possibly eat any more." And that's just simply not true, guys. You understand that 99 out of 100 times, this is not the fact. And at first I was irritated by this when I got in the industry. But I realized it's not out of laziness. It's not out of ignorance. People just truly do not understand what it takes to bulk prepare and bulk consume massive amounts of food as you enter into a mass building phase. So what I want to do today is give you some nutritional tips that will help you become more efficient and more targeted towards your goals. So first of all, let's talk about clean eating. You know, chicken, sweet potatoes, green vegetables. This should still consist of the majority of your diet. This is the meat and potatoes. This is the basic part of your nutrition you have to have stapled and dialed in, guys. Grill these meats in advance. Put your food in Tupperware. It may not be glorious sometimes, but focus and get it done. But anyway, what you need to think about is getting calorie-dense foods. These foods will fill you up, they'll fill your belly, and you'll be satisfied far before you're ever done hitting your nutrient totals that you need to hit to actually grow. So, you know, find these calorie-dense foods. Find these foods that are going to force your body to become anabolic, flip that switch, and see the muscle growth. So let's talk about macronutrients one by one and how you can become more efficient with these. First of all, I'd say carbohydrates. You know, when you're looking at carbohydrate intake, guys, so often people want to eat just sweet potatoes and fibrous vegetables, and like I said, these foods are going to make you full. They're not going to make you as efficient as possible. So if you're eating these type of foods, you got to find more calorie-dense carbohydrates. Add in your cheat meals, guys. Don't worry too much about clean eating. You can add in pizza, ice cream, you know, whatever it might be, burritos. Add in these dense breaded desserts, whatever it might be. Make sure you're hitting your nutrient totals first, and then start stacking on these extra cheat meals. And don't worry about it. If you're not adding body fat, if you're a true hard gainer, just force yourself to grow. That's the most important thing I can say, is just don't overdo the clean eating. Make your basics happen, and then force your body in with these calorie-dense foods that are also not too expensive. Find the right foods that fit your budget and force them down the hatch, guys. So that's the next thing I think about here is fats. How are we going to add in the fats? When it comes to fat intake, what you want to think about is that there's only 4 calories in 1 gram of protein, 1 gram of carbs. But there's a whopping 9 calories in a gram of fat. So as you're increasing your fat intake, guys, it tastes great, it's savory, and it's easy to eat. So add in your oils, add in your peanut butters. I mean, think how easily you could eat half a jar of peanut butter. That's just an insane amount of calories for how dense that jar is. So add in your peanut butters, add in your oils, drizzle oil on your meats while you're cooking, marinate your meats in oils, add in the fats, and force your body into that growth phase. Now let's think about calorie density here and meal timing. So, you know, you don't have to eat 6 meals spaced out throughout the day, and they certainly aren't going to be small meals. I'm talking about eating big meals. But the problem is most true skinny guys cannot eat a 1,500 calorie meal. They just cannot stomach it. Their bodies cannot physically do it. So if this is you, what you have to do is space your meals out every 2 or 3 hours. Make sure you're eating as much as you can and packing this food down, guys. Make sure you're going to be satisfied. Your body's going to be done. But you have to force it down. This might lead you to almost feel like you're going to dry heave, feel like you can barely eat anymore. But force yourself to get in these nutrients, space the meals out, be calculated, and be organized. Last but not least, what I want to talk about here today is the idea of, you know, tracking your intake. If you have no idea what your totals are, you're not even in the game. You have to understand what are your protein totals for the day first and foremost. If your protein totals are not about 1 gram per pound of body weight minimum, you're never going to see the muscle growth that you want to see. Second of all, you might think you're eating a lot of food, but when you actually put it on paper, you'll see where the gaps are in your schedule. You see where the inefficiencies are in your program. Set your macro totals first, and then just kill it, guys. Make sure you're getting plenty of food in. And if you're hungry, you are not growing. If your stomach is growling, you are not in the game. You're not even close to being serious about building muscle. You have to know how to constantly consume food, whether it's, you know, homemade weight gainers, if it's just pre-made weight gainers, if it's calorie-dense meals. Get in there, make it happen, guys, and do what it takes to get the job done. Now, if you want more articles, videos, and training tips, head over to justinwoltering.com. I'll see you there.